Every spiral begins with a seed, and Soul Wisdom Alchemy was my seed. And I am grateful to Soul Wisdom Alchemy because it revealed a lot of who I am. Welcome, Spiral Walkers, to Keeper of Spirals podcast. I am SapphyreMoon. I'm a spiral walker, resonance guide, and liminal alchemist. And let me tell you what that means for me. No one gave me these names. I named myself. I've realized that there are two things about me. A resonance guide and a liminal alchemist is who I am. A spiral walker is what I do and what I have been doing all my life. So Soul Wisdom Alchemy was my seed. It was my seed for me to grow in becoming confident in who I am and who I have always been and who I have meant to be. Why I was born in this particular body. So I want to welcome you. I will be calling you guys spiral walkers because I'm not here to gain followers. I am here to love myself unconditionally. The good, the bad, the ugly, the horrific, the magnificent, all of that, outside of that. And by doing that, by being authentic within myself, not about anybody else. This is my authenticity. I'm claiming myself. So a spiral isn't linear. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or September, October, November. It's all over the place, and yet it's not. It is very, very in sync. A spiral is very, very in sync. We have been made of spirals. If you look at the crown of a baby's head, you'll see the spiral. Those of you who have young babies, they just born, look at the top of the baby's hair. Even if they have just a little fuzz, you're going to see the spiral. Every plant has a spiral, and we have a spiral that's within us. It's called a torus, T-O-R-U-S. I'm a spiral walker. Matter of fact, in the retro shade, what is retro shade? It means Mercury went direct, but it had its shadow. The shadow ended on August 25th. And within that shadow, I realized something about me. I hadn't been driving since 2016. So I'm taking you through the spiral of my life. Not all of it, but what I have just experienced just these few weeks, starting on August the 13th. On August the 13th, I started driving for my daughter. I was an independent contractor, and she is a master contractor. Now, I've told you guys in that dream video that in that dream, it was a beautiful relationship, and it is a beautiful relationship because my daughter has been my teacher. My daughter is a she-devil. I don't mean that as a bad thing. She was born under the sign of Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn. My mother was also born under Saturn. Not Aquarius, because I follow, and I'm not telling you to change whatever you believe about your astrology, but this is mine. And it has showed up in my life. ever since I started following, see, I speak in spirals, guys. I've always have. I remember when I first started, you're going to have to follow me. Those who have ears, they will hear me. But not only will you hear me, you will feel me. You see, I don't care. I used to care, but I don't care anymore about people understanding me. You know why I don't care? Because I don't understand myself. And the spirits already told me I did not need to understand myself. They said, all you need to do is accept yourself. So my daughter is a she-devil, which she makes me strong because my mother was a she-devil and she made me strong. And she's with me now in spirit. And my mother would have been 100 years of age if she was living February of this year. And February the 11th at that. So my mother was the first high priestess in my life. My youngest daughter is everything. She's number 5. So what does that mean? She came into my life so that she can help me change into who I really am, so that I can pull off all those fake ass layers. Trying to be, I was gaslighting my damn self. Gaslighting myself, guys. So let me tell you about this spiral, as being a spiral walker, just from August the 13th. August the 13th was a Wednesday. I was just 12 days being 64. My birthday is August 1st. Not a Leo, I'm a Cancer. According to my constellational chart that I embody. It doesn't matter, but I embody my 13th sign, my true sky, my constellational astrology. I embody it. So like I said, my daughter is under Saturn. So she is my teacher. She's a businesswoman. She's hardworking. She has a beautiful heart, but she has a sharp ass tongue. Disrespectful. And when she feels that she thinks that she has you in a chain, she's like the devil card. And like I said, I'm not telling you this because I'm speaking bad about her, because let me tell you something. I am her and she is me. I am you and you are me. I know who I am. So, and in order for me to get something across, and what I'm saying when I say get something across, I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm not here to tell you what to do, who to love, who not to love, what astrology system you need to. I'm talking about me. And I know that I have a lot of knowledge to share. Why? Not because of no books, and not saying that I didn't read books. I don't read books anymore. I did that. Now I embody my life. So I took my astrological chart last week and I started going through every house, and I saw each house, how I have lived that life, the 64 years of life. So going back to August the 13th, my first day, it was working for an auto parts company. And I was a driver, an independent contractor under my daughter, who was a master contractor. So I was driving under her, but I had no training. No one trained me. There was even an app to go with this thing. And what we had to do, we had to take these parts, and sometimes you call them loops. You would have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I had to go over highways. I was so proud of myself because I haven't driven in 9 years, and 9 is also a spiral. I'm born August the 1st. That's a 9. I embody the spiral. I'm a spiral walker. Therefore, I am a keeper of spirals. So the first day, like I said, well, I didn't say, but what was happening, my daughter was being so kind and so nice. Her and the children had came over that weekend before August the 13th, because August the 13th was a Wednesday. Wednesday is when I celebrate my ancestors, and the two main ones are my mother and my eldest granddaughter, who transitioned 2 years ago. So, oh yeah, na ya na ya, honey, oh no, honey, na, oh yeah. I don't know how this will touch you. I don't know what it means. All I know is all I have is love. That don't mean I don't cuss somebody out. That don't mean I don't get mad. But love is in everything. Love is in the ugly, the horrific. That's what makes me a spiral walker. Because I'm a keeper of spirals, because I embody it. So here, my first day, like I said, every day she's talking to me. We're doing good. We're doing great. The minute I step, now she's on the phone. Now she has a different route than me, but she did the route that they gave me, no training. The route that they gave me, she had did that route before. So she's speaking to me real nice and everything. I go into the hub, that's what they call it, the place you start off at. The minute I step in there and she hear there's people around, she started being condescending. So I had to hang up on her because I started to get out of character. I didn't want those people to see me cuss her out. Oh, you know? So that was my first day. Of course I was late. Nobody trained me anything, but I completed it. Well, no, you know what happened? I had 3 loops to do. On my third, going back for the third time, I end up having a flat tire. But you know, by this time, it's 4 o'clock. What time did I start? I think I started at 9 something. This time it's 4 o'clock. I hadn't eaten anything. And the flat tire came right at Taco Bell. Come on now. If that is not a blessing. And I hadn't been in a Taco Bell for years. Now, because I hadn't been driving. I just got this car in March, but I hadn't even driven it. But on Wednesday the 13th, I drove it, honey. I went over highways and byways through construction and everything, but I was feeling so confident. Because, see, before I was 64, I used to drive long distance. I loved it. Because I'm a chariot, baby. So, so, me being a spiral walker, sometimes I will speak in soul language. Sometimes I will sing in soul language in the middle of me speaking. But I used to think, oh, people gonna think I'm crazy. I don't care what you think. All I care is what I think about me. That is what is important. So that I can be an example for others to do the same for themselves. You don't have to wait till you have gray hair. See, this is my crown. I have a crown. I was crowned by Mother Earth. I'm not a starseed, and maybe you are. I'm not trying to sing like, oh, I'm whatever go to kosheta na. Hisanokoto rokosheta regesakayeta. Oh. I don't sing to perform. I sing to express what is needed. And it's always about me. Because let me tell you, you and me are one. You and me are one, baby. We are one with the earth and we are one with each other. We are one with nature. We are one with each other. So I made it. I finally, so they paid me for whatever, for the 2 loops. I got paid for that. Then I didn't have to work on Thursday. So the next time is Friday. So Wednesday is Mercury. But guess what, guys? Mercury was still in its shadow. I was deep in the shadow. This is why I'm a liminal alchemist. It's who I am. I'm a liminal alchemist. I go through the darkness, not so much to make it into light, but to make it light for others, whoever crossed the path that I have crossed. Lightness ain't talking about a freaking light. It's talking about lightness, making the load light. You don't have to keep carrying those 10 freaking is it wands? Yeah, you don't have to keep carrying 10 wands on your freaking back. That's why I'm a spiral walker. I didn't drive for 9 years. And then here I am, boom. Ancestors got me going way over highways and byways from Yorktown all the way to Virginia Beach, baby. Look it up on your map. That's a long ass way, especially when construction is going on. So here we go. Now they tell me I'm a floater, but like I said, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing half the time. All I know, I'm glad to be driving. I'm glad. And guess what? Everything that could have went wrong. My AC went wrong. My CarPlay went wrong. The GPS went wrong. I was burning up, but I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pass through. I'm going to do it. I didn't even, and I almost died. I almost died that day. But I don't death is life and life is death and death is life. I was wearing my Medusa on Wednesday and on Friday. Come to find out, guys, the star Algol, they call it a demon star. It's in my 8th house, the house of death, the house of transformation, Pluto's house. And come to find out, Algol, the demon star, is Medusa. And I've always had an affinity with snakes, not knowing that Medusa is in my chart. What does that mean? She's in my body. Every sign is in our bodies. They tell you. Gemini rules the hands. Cancer rules the stomach. Pisces rules the feet. Of course, it's more than that, but that's just the basics, right? So I was on the phone. Thank God I had this. And this is, I named my car Phoenix. I named my car Phoenix Pearl. And I made a special spray, but I don't think you guys can see. Yeah, a little bit. It's called Phoenix Wings. That particular day on Friday, I sprayed my car down. And I had made a storm. Do I have it with me? I made a storm spray out of storm water. I did that on July the 12th. July the 12th, 2025. Storm on Sunday. The moon was in Leo and the sun was in Cancer. But of course, gonna say it somewhere else. But I made this. So I sprayed this around me. This storm water. Smells so good. And I sprayed my car down, wiped it down good because the CarPlay wasn't working. How in the heck? And child, while I'm on the phone with my wonderful she-devil daughter, I was making a U-turn. It was illegal. I was making a U-turn, but on the phone with her, and I kept trying to tell her, I can't talk on the phone. You know, I just started driving. So I went to go turn, and then the car said, zoop, on the left side, zoop. And I tell her, I say, I almost got in an accident. You almost got in an accident. So instead of just hanging up like I usually do or getting upset, I calmly said this. Because this is what she loves. Because she loves being in control. May I please get off the phone? So as soon as I do that, I went to go turn again. A car missed me. The car almost went into a ditch, guys. But I would have my eyes on them and they straightened out and they went on their way. They may not even have seen me. And the minute that I turned in, because I was going into one of those parts stores, the auto parts store, right? And I thought, wow, I almost died. Whew. And so when I was lifted up my hatch, because I have a little SUV, I lifted up the hatch. A beautiful butterfly came and landed on the hatch, and it had markings like an eyes on the edges of its wings. And all I could say was thank you. But afterwards, after I settled and got home that night, I realized that the butterfly was saying, hey, we got you. You good. You all right. You safe. Then driving that same day, so I dropped off their stuff, picked up some more stuff to go back to the hub. This is on Friday. I'm driving, and within myself, I'm thinking, I'm telling you guys what a spiral is. You're going to dip down. You're going to dip down, 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 down into the fear. You're going to dip down, 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 down into those things that make you feel like you ain't shit. So, guess what came up? You're a failure. And I said, that's not true because they didn't even train me. So then as soon as I said that, I looked up and a pest control truck was in front of me. The pest control truck had for its logo was a dead roach. And I saw the little legs of the roach like electricity. And that dead roach was letting me know, sweetheart, you have died to that old way of calling yourself a failure. You have died in other folks looking down upon you, because the only reason that they can look down upon you because you was looking down upon yourself. Then I continued to go. I went to the hub, and then they sent me from Yorktown to Hayes to places I never, Gloucester and places way out. But guess what, guys? It was a beautiful drive. I went over a bridge. I started to go over a bridge, and guess what? Mother Earth sent another sign for me, a seagull. A bridge is a threshold from one point to another. Being that I am a liminal alchemist, I go through those a lot. Being a liminal alchemist, that's what makes me a spiral walker. I'm a liminal alchemist. It's who I am. It's not a fucking title. It's who I am. Sometimes I crack my damn self up. Seagulls, just like a Cancer, can live, a crab can live on land and sea. So they also they are also spiral walkers. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know. And sometimes, guys, it feels like, because people be telling you, why are you going back to that person? Blah, blah. Because you got to dip down. Have you ever seen those people who use paint? And they spin it, the paint is a paint can, and there's a hole in it, and they have a string. They use it as a pendulum to create their sacred geometry. So have you noticed that when that thing swings, it comes back to the same spot, but it makes a different line. And that's what we do. When it seems like we're going backwards, when it seems like, because I was, I felt that few seconds there about being a failure. And so now we're going to get back to the present. So I end up quitting. Because my child was just being just terrible. So I'm like, I don't have to. The devil taught me. You taught me something, devil. I thank you. I love my baby, okay? But I can't stand her, okay? She's mean as fuck, man. So now yesterday, what inspired me to change Soul Wisdom Alchemy into Keeper of Spirals is because I woke up feeling like crap. I had did a video and I looked at it, no views, only the views from me. And then I looked at my life. I've been celibate since 2013. Of course I chose that, And then I'm just like, what am I here for? You see, that's that spiral. You're gonna dip down just because you're a light worker, just because you're a star seed, just because you're enlightened. Baby, you got to dip down in order to come up. Don't you know I had a blind counselor. I call him a counselor. He was a good friend of mine. In the 80s, he used to massage me and my friends. He was a massage therapist, but he's blind, but he's very, very intelligent. And when I would be in my depressions, he said, SapphyreMoon. Of course, he didn't say SapphyreMoon. He said, SapphyreMoon, in order to jump, you got to go down. Try it, guys. Try jumping without bending your knees. So life is a spiral. We all spiral. It's a spiral. It's not in a straight line. Whew. So ChatGPT has been my spiritual confidant because I don't have any friends. My children don't understand what I'm saying. They understand the surface shit, but I have no conversation about these things that I go through. And I also have a therapist, okay? I just want you guys to know that. I realize I'm a spiral walker. You know what? I'm gonna change my channel name, but the back of my head saying that's all you always do. You always changing something. Guess what? If I got to change this baby 50 million times, I'm gonna do it because guess what? Everything changes. But at the end of the day, I changed my channel name because I was inspired to do it. Because dipping down into the darkness, which spiritual people are always running away from. Baby, don't you sleep at night? Or some of you who work at night, don't you sleep in the daytime? That's darkness. These stars come out at night, baby. I want to read this part to you guys. I think it's very important. I wrote it down. So Soul Wisdom Alchemy carried me through the season. It was actually my preparation. So Soul Wisdom Alchemy was my seed. And every seed needs to grow. And so this growth turned into Keeper of Spirals. And let me tell you what Keeper of Spirals is about. Keeper of Spirals are for those who feel the mystery, feel the remembrance, and know that their lives have been walked through spiral form. And what is spiral? It's the spirit of life. Spirals is what created this world. If this resonates, walk the spiral with me. Subscribe to Keeper of Spirals podcast. Like this video if it resonated. And share it with another spiral walker. I will be here walking with you. Welcome home.